Hey everybody, welcome to another Tuesday live lunch with Laura. I am Laura LaCursi and I want to say hi to everybody and welcome all of our new hub members that we've had in the last week here. Welcome to our group. Feel free to post and ask questions and offer comments and advice when you can, so that this whole community is all built to help support one another no matter what phase of the VA journey you are in. For those of you who are new and don't know who I am, again, I'm Laura LaCursi, founder of this group. I also am the founder of Elite Virtual Assistants, which is a virtual assistant staffing agency. The Elite VA Hub, which is a free resource area for seasoned or brand new virtual assistants to help them build and grow their business. You can find that out at elitevahub.com. I also have a free masterclass. It's the ultimate 5-step system to a wildly profitable virtual assistant business. You can find that at elitevahub.com/masterclass. And for those of you that are looking to fast track your way to start your business, there is the VA School. It's always open. We have a private group for that as well, and you can find more information on that at elitevahub.com/VA-school. So today what we are going to talk about is 13 habits to break to increase your productivity. So I know a lot of us, we just get busy. We fall behind no matter how much organizing we try to do, to help us be as productive as possible in our days. And so what I did is I actually pulled this out. I put this together last year. Almost forgot that I had it. But I thought it was a really good one because there's some stuff in here that you just might not think about, some habits that you might do on a regular basis, that if you tweak them a little bit, it might actually help you get more out of your day. So we're going to start on those 13 now. And the first one is going to sound funny, but it is hitting the snooze button. So, I don't know about you, but I am a huge snooze button hitter. I do it almost every morning. I am trying to honestly break this myself, but they actually say that is one of the top habits that you can break that will help you be more productive, because you never actually fall back into a deep sleep after you hit that snooze. You're just kind of prolonging, you're just kind of laying there and prolonging things, where if you get up right away, whether you really feel like it or not, you're not going to be in that little foggy zone, and you'll really actually have more energy once you get up and get going. So first habit to break is do not hit the snooze button. The second one, leaving your bed unmade. So this might sound kind of funny, but they say that mentally, when you make your bed first thing in the morning, so before you, when you get up, before you go to leave your room, make your bed, because mentally you feel like you've checked something off your list already. You actually got something done first thing in the morning. So that is habit number 2 to break, is make sure that you make your bed before you walk out of your room in the morning. Number 3, starting your day with easy tasks. So this is something that's really simple to do, but it's a habit that you need to break, because for most of us, the first 3 hours of the day are the most productive. So you need to actually tackle the projects that you don't want to do. If you've ever read that book, Eat That Frog, it's a really good book, and that's basically what it tells you to do, is to go ahead and tackle those big projects right away, so that it frees you, right? It's out of your way. You're not thinking about it anymore. It's not taking up that brain space. Because if you're just trying to get the easy stuff done in the morning and you're pushing the bigger stuff to later in the day, typically you're not going to get to it. Something's going to come up. You're going to get busy, or you're going to procrastinate as much as possible and keep pushing those big things that you don't want to do out. So that habit, this is, number 3, to break is do not start your day with easy tasks. Take the big one, whatever that big one is for the day or week. Get it out of the way early in the day, early in the week, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore because it's off your plate. Number 4, impulsively scouring the internet. And we all get sucked into this, and it's so easy to do, but it is definitely one of those habits that you have to break. It's just like if you jump onto Facebook. I do it all the time. I will actually go to specifically be looking for something, and I'll tell you what, I end up getting sucked in, and 10 minutes later, I'm like, I forgot why I even came here. So making sure that you are not jumping into something, like every time that little fleeting thought happens, you have to make it go away and just make sure that you're focusing on that task at hand. So number 4, habit to break, do not just randomly scour the internet. Make sure that you're doing it at times that you have set aside to do that for. You know what I started doing, honestly, is doing it just at night. I'll try to do it like just for random reasons. If I'm trying to look something up, even if it's something on Amazon, I could be trying to look up something that's work related on Amazon and gets, just sucked in. So set times aside, even if you want to set a couple times aside. Maybe it's like a lunch break or an afternoon break or an evening break, but just don't randomly start scouring when that thought pops in your head, because then you're going to get yourself off track real quickly. Okay, number 5, habit to break is multitasking. I know so many of us like to pride ourselves on the fact that we're women and we're these amazing multitaskers, but I'm telling you, multitasking really isn't a thing. It's really just being able to do 10 things mediocre instead of just being able to do that one thing really well and then move on to the next thing and do that really well. So multitasking really isn't something that we should honestly be proud of. I'm sorry. I know I try to do it all the time, but if you really think about what comes out of all of that multitasking, it's usually not the result that you're going to get when you come out of just hyper focusing on one task at a time, putting all of your attention on that and just kicking it out and doing it right and 100%. So number 5, rule to break is multitasking. The next one, number 6, checking your email too often. Again, I get sucked into this one too, and it's the same as it goes with Facebook. I will be I could be working on a project and I go into my email to look something up that I need, an answer I need or something, and there I go. I start getting sucked into answering emails because I think, it's only going to take a minute, or reading them. And, before I know it, I've lost 10, 15 minutes and I'm right back to having to, try to refocus myself. So what I do for that is I use, it's called DND. It's Do Not Disturb. And I put that on my email. And I force myself to try to only check that. Now, I will admit, sometimes I forget to turn it on, but I try to make it so that I am checking my email 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. And this way, I'm not distracted when I'm trying to get a project done. So, rule number 6 to break is checking that email too often. Number 7, rule to break, habit to break, whatever, is being disorganized. And I know that this isn't always easy, but it's a surefire way to decrease your productivity. And we all end up getting disorganized. And I know, especially right now with everything that's going on, it's very hard. It's also summer. So regardless of COVID or non-COVID, summer's always more difficult, right? Because it's hard sometimes to stay on track. We have more people, kids, whatever at home. But really trying to keep yourself organized is huge in being productive. So rule number 7 to break, to be more productive, is don't be disorganized. Get yourself organized. Number 8, accepting too many meeting requests. And this, again, is another one that is a very hard habit to break. But, those, can I just pick your brain for a minute? Or I need to meet with you for 10 minutes and it turns into 30 minutes. always feeling like you basically have to say yes all the time. It's really a habit that we need to break and be able to only take those that are truly important, or maybe it's something that you really, really care about, but always try to see, is this really something I need to be present for, or is it something I can be copied on, updated on later? For those of us that are really busy and have those jam-packed days, when you're accepting too many meetings, it's really going to throw a wrench in your productivity. So rule number 8, to break, do not accept too many meeting requests, or unnecessary ones, I should say. Number 9, failing to prioritize. And, this is really important, especially in the VA space, but you've got to be able to prioritize your day, your tasks, your clients. You've got to be able to say, okay, these are the top 3 things that I have to get done today, and everything else can get done if possible. If not, I know that it can wait until the next day. So you've got to be able to, when you're making that to-do list every morning, or maybe you do it the night before, make sure that your priorities are listed out nice and clear and in order of how you have to get those things done. So rule number 9 that we need to break to be more productive, failing to prioritize. Number 10, and I fall into this one as well, is overplanning. Sometimes we are over planners and we overplan our day, and I have done this many times. And I actually am falling into this trap this afternoon because I had a little scheduling glitch, and I just have nonstop back-to-back appointments after this, after this live, and I have no buffer time in between. So if something pops up, I actually have no time to prep myself or to get anything, done, or be able to handle some last minute issue that I might need to handle. I'm not going to be able to do it until the end of my day now. So over planning can really be something that can just decrease your productivity, because you've got to have some buffer time in between, not only just to breathe, but to be able to get, caught up on a busy day. Number 11 is just the opposite of that, and that is underplanning. So, going into a day or a week or a month trying to wing it is usually, you're going to set yourself up for failure. So we need to make sure that you've got to kind of find that sweet spot for you, but you don't want to be over planning and you do not want to be under planning, because if you don't have any type of plan in place, it's really hard to know what to do first, right? You've got to have some kind of structure. Like everything that we do has to have a nice balance of structure, not too much and not too little, kind of like Goldilocks. So number 11, rule to break, under planning. Number 12, and I'm sure every single person that will see or listen to this is going to be just as bad as I am with this one, but taking your electronics to bed with you. So I'm going to read this because it's actually from the National Sleep Foundation. And a key factor in regulating sleep and your biological clock is exposure to light or darkness. So falling asleep with the lights on is not the best thing to do when getting a good night's sleep. And I know I actually personally know a lot of people who leave the TV on while they're sleeping. Now that's something I can't do because I will always hear that in the back of my mind, and that's what they say. So if you are somebody who falls asleep with the TV on, or listening to something, typically what's going to happen is you're not going to fall into that deep sleep because your mind is still listening to whatever's going on. So giving those eyes a break from the light and giving your mind a break from anything outside, any outside chatter that's going to help you from actually falling asleep is definitely going to impair the quality of sleep that you get. So trying to shut those electronics off before we go to bed, like I'd say at least a half hour, that's what I try to do. I do watch TV before I go to bed, but I always shut it off so I have like 15 minutes to just kind of clear my mind. So that's number 12. And the last one, number 13, trying to be perfect. Nobody's perfect, right? None of us are. So that is actually one big one that we need to just stop trying to always fill that perfect role, because it's stressful and it causes undue stress and anxiety. And, there's no need, because nobody is perfect. So, we need to be able to accept what we actually can do, and just accept what we can't do with some grace, and, be able to seek help in the areas where maybe we might not be so strong. But, making sure that, we're not always trying to live up to this like picture of perfection is really, it really does kind of kill your productivity, because you're really too busy always striving for that perfection. Just get it done, just get your stuff done. Getting it done is better than perfect. And that's actually just a little, I know that that's an old saying, but it's actually really true, especially as an entrepreneur, especially in life in general. So I hope those were beneficial to you. I'm going to run through them one more time really quick. So these are the top 13 habits to break that will actually help you increase your productivity. Number 1, do not hit the snooze button anymore. Number 2, do not leave your bed unmade. Number 3, do not start your day with the easy tasks. Make sure you're getting one big hurdle out of the way in those first 3 hours of your ultra productive day. 4, do not impulsively scour the internet or Facebook or Amazon or anything else. Make sure that you have a little bit of structure built in there, because it really throws it off. Number 5, multitasking. It's not a thing. Stop doing it. Just start focusing on one thing at a time and do those things really, really well. 6, checking your email too often. Do not do that anymore. Try to set aside maybe 3 times a day that you can check your email and respond to people, so you don't get sucked in and kill that productivity. Number 7, do not be disorganized. It's just going to create chaos, and you can't get anywhere with chaos. Number 8, do not accept too many meeting requests. You don't have to say yes to everything. Make sure that what you're saying yes to is something that is definitely important, that you need to really be present in, or that you're extremely passionate about. But otherwise, make sure, if it's something that somebody wants to include you in, but you don't actually need to be included in that, just politely decline and ask for a recap afterwards. Failing to prioritize. Priorities are very important. We need to prioritize what we need to get done in order to, be and remain productive. Overplanning. It's going to kill your productivity. Do not overplan. Number 11, opposite, underplanning. Do not underplan, because if you have no plan, then you are in chaos again. Number 12, don't take your electronics to bed. Give your brain, your eyes, everything a break, and try to, relax so that you can get a good night's sleep. And number 13, nobody's perfect. So we can all stop trying to fit into that, that picture of perfection. So I hope those were helpful to you. Give me a like or a comment if you have any questions, or you have a couple others that you've thought of that have really, habits that you've had that you've been able to break that have helped you become more productive. I'd love if you shared it with us. Again, if you are looking for some free resources to help build your VA business, please visit the EliteVAHub.com. You will find all kinds of free downloads, and all of our past Facebook Lives are categorized in there for you. So, and like I said, it's really for anybody in any stage of their virtual assistant business. That it's a resource vault, and everything in there is free for you. So again, EliteVAHub.com. I hope you guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, the rest of your week, and I will see you guys probably next week. I may be out of town. I'm not sure now. Had some weird stuff happen in the last hour before I jumped on here. So, but I will keep you guys posted. And again, if there's anything that you want me to specifically talk about, please leave it in the comments, because I would love to be able to, address any concerns or questions or issues that you guys are having. So take care.